Here's a girl, she's a star. She's got style. Steffi Star, you see her face around the town. She's popular. Steffi Star.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Weinstein.
And I'm Meredith Keach.
And we have a stunning, gorgeous guest today. And you guys, there's just so much to unload here.
Yes.
Her name is Jessie Paquette.
Yes.
And she is our loan officer
Yes.
at Coldwell Banker in the Eastern office.
Yes.
But she does loans for everybody all around the world.
For guaranteed rate.
Well,
Guaranteed rate affinity.
Yes.
And you know what? There's a lot of questions because people don't understand. They think they need to go to their bank. When in
Right.
fact, it's way, 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 way better to go to Jessie Paquette with guaranteed rate affinity. And she also drives a motorcycle.
Yeah.
So there you go. So we have a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
Jessie, take it away.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Jessie, tell us about, for our audience listening, when you are, the difference between going to your bank and having a loan officer like you.
That's a great question. And Steph, just to tell you, Mass, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. The whole world is awesome. I wish I could do it.
Well, you have people that you can refer out
Absolutely.
if need be.
Yes,
Yeah.
the whole country.
That's
for
kind
sure.
of what I meant. But
Right.
yeah, Mass, Rhode Island, Connecticut.
Yeah.
The big difference is that we have so many products and we have so many avenues to put products. Banks are going to be able to lend their own money, which is great. And if you need a really, 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 really niche product, maybe go to the bank, but don't start there.
When you
Start
say
with us.
product, what do you mean by
And when
product?
you say niche.
Yeah.
Niche.
Yeah.
So a product is just a type of loan. So maybe you're trying to buy your first home or your second home or an investment home. Maybe you're self-employed and your income is hard to document. There's so many different types of programs or products, meaning the way that we give you money. Banks have their 3, 4, 5 types of, this is what they do. I have, I think the last time we checked, we had 156 different programs. 156.
Are you guys hearing this?
So that means when a buyer comes to us and says, I want to buy a house, and our first question always is are you pre-approved?
Right.
Because everything starts from there, because we don't know what you can afford, and you probably don't either know what you can afford, because
Right.
there's variables that come into play. And so you're saying to me that then if I'm the buyer, I come to you and you look at my profile, send it into your system, and that Steph might have a different product for her than I would.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I may have different rules. So
Okay.
we all have a 30-year fixed loan, but how I qualify you for that 30-year fixed loan may be a lot different. I know
Okay.
it's going to be a lot different
Okay.
because you guys are self-employed. So
Yep.
how I calculate your income is going to be way different. A bank is going to say, send me your tax return. And if you have a good accountant, when you're self-employed, they're finding every single thing that they
Yep.
can write off. And, you're claiming 5% of
It
your
makes sense.
income.
I make $10,000 a year.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Hopefully.
Yeah, less than minimum wage, right? Especially given the number of hours that you work. Where I'm going to say, hey, forget your tax returns. Let's pull out your bank statements, or maybe let's talk to your accountant and see what we can get for a profit and loss, or let's just look at the other 17 ways that we can do it. What do you have money in the bank? What do you have for money in retirement? Let's just look at some other way besides your tax return to qualify you. So yeah, we may still put you in a 30-year fixed, but how we get to that 30-year fix is going to be way different than what the bank can do. So, and that goes with, say you want to buy an investment property. The bank is going to give you a 30-year fixed on an investment property, but how I qualify you for that, maybe I'm going to say to you, you're going to put 25% down, and all I'm going to look at is the cash flow of the investment property. What does that mean? Okay, you make $4,000 in rent and the mortgage payment is $3,800. Done, you're qualified. Make sure I document where the 25% down payment came from. The bank's not doing that. The bank's digging through every single piece of paper. What kind of income you had? Where did it come from? I don't care about that. If you're buying an investment property, I just want to know that the investment is solid, that it's going to cash flow. That's what that means. It's going to support itself. We're going to move on. So banks are great. When you said niche product, so maybe there's some like construction to perm, right? You want to buy a house and it's this really, you want to build a house and it's this really unique situation, your parents are giving you the land and your uncle's the builder and you don't have any of your own cash into it. All right, maybe you want to go to the bank and in 5 years from now, you'll get to build your house. But banks are great. You know what banks are good for?
What?
HELOCs, okay?
Yeah.
You want a $25,000 home equity loan, go to the bank. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, that's why
Right.
HELOC is local. You told me to
Right.
do that.
Yeah, that's fine. You want a $50,000 a small home equity loan. And banks are great for checking and savings accounts and CDs. And we need banks, right? I'm not saying you don't need your bank. You just maybe don't need your bank for a residential mortgage.
Well, and the bank, too, they're only going to do what they're going to invest in, right? They're going to offer where you're like a mortgage broker.
I'm a lender. So what's great about a lender is that for probably of my 156 programs, my underwriter who works for my company can probably approve themselves probably 125 of those programs. So when I send to them all the paperwork, I took the application and I said, hey, Robin, here's the application. Here you go. Robin's going to say, great job, Jesse. Here's your approval. Go get me these other 5 things, including the homeowner's insurance, the appraisal, and the title. So really, it's 3 things that we couldn't get yet up front. And she's going to say you have a mortgage. A broker collects the paperwork, sends it to somebody else who's actually really the investor.
Okay.
They say, oh, yeah, now get me this, this, this. Then they go to the customer and say, hey, the investor wants this, this, this. So there's a whole middle person in that. Sometimes I have to be like that because it's just the only way that we have access to the product. But 90% of the time, my underwriter's sitting there. So I can pick up the phone and say, hey, Robin, you asked for this. Why did you ask for it? Oh, but did you see this other item? That's why I gave you this. Oh, Jesse, you're right. Here, I'll waive that. Just ask, get me the other things. We're all set. Move on. Or, yeah, I saw that, Jesse, but I'm a little worried about this. So can you still grab it? Sure, no problem. Now I know why you're asking it. I can explain it to the customer. Thanks so much. When you've got that extra layer, you can't always pick up the phone and call an underwriter.
Right.
I am exhausted.
I know.
I was surprised that you guys were asking me so much.
My head is spinning.
Yeah.
Spinning.
There's only one other thing I want to say about mortgages, and then we're going to talk about fun stuff.
Well, no, because we do have some more questions.
Oh, okay. So I will say one thing. This week, mortgage interest rates are at a 3-year low. So this is the lowest that interest rates
What are
have
they?
been. Oh my God, you're such a realtor. Okay, so
That's all I care about. What are the rates, Jesse?
Just to give a little background, when Jessie was new to our office, she would send us like basically a newsletter and anticipated that everyone would read it. And I came to Jessie, and Steph and I had a conversation. And so I went to Jessie and I said, listen, it's sound bites really with us. We want to know what is the rate, because the benchmark is going to be for a 30-year fixed for someone with excellent credit, 20% down. So what's the rate going to be for them on a conventional loan? And then the rest kind of goes off from there in all the special scenarios we talked about. And so Jessie was amazing. She then sent emails out. There was basically caps in red, 30-year fixed, good credit, 20% down. This is it.
This is all we want.
Because you're the expert.
Exactly.
Right?
We also have to tell our managers when we get a new manager, you don't have to bother sending out these huge emails. Because nobody is reading them. As soon as I see an email from a manager, delete. No offense to my current manager. You know I love you dearly.
Yeah.
It's really, they're not lying because nobody reads my emails.
Nobody.
I'll be like, hey, you're coming to the party
if we
on
were
Friday?
we're just in a society now of like, everybody gets 200 emails a day, literally, because you have to have multiple accounts.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then
It's just too much.
It's
Jesse.
too much.
One line is
Information
perfect.
overload.
I do get like 175
I'm
emails
sure
a
you
day.
do,
So
yeah.
I agree.
Right.
So thank you for setting it up. Good credit. Good credit, by the way, now, unfortunately, is like 760. Blows my mind. But that's,
Do people still brag about their credit?
I'm going to look up my credit score right now.
I was just
Where do
going
you
to
do
say
that?
Credit Karma.
Credit Karma. You know what's great? A lot of the credit cards and your banks are actually telling you now what it is. So
I wonder
that,
if I do.
Oh.
I must.
Yeah. And the other thing, folks, optoutprescreen.com. Go there like right this second and and click on it. It's going to ask you for your social security number, but that's how you opt out to all this junk mail and all these people calling you every time that you apply for something.
Oh, I get those. They're like, you have a loan that's like in default or something. I'm like, no, I don't.
Girls, I'm at a 779.
Yes,
Oh.
great job.
Thank you.
One
I don't know
more
if I
point
want to show
puts
mine.
you
I
in
would like you to pick it up.
Where do I go?
What is that? Where does that put me, Jesse?
that puts you like 1 point below A++++. So you're only like an A++.
Oh, you're not
Oh.
that good. What? Did you do an app?
Damn. No, well, Credit Karma.
Is
but
it an app?
Yeah,
But
but
Go
if,
to your bank. Your bank.
yeah, but if
probably
you don't
does it.
have it, Meredith, it's going to take too long.
Yeah,
And we
no
don't
one
have
wants to
time
wait
during the
for that.
show. No.
Probably on my credit
so
card.
To your answer your question,
I
yesterday,
forget what the question was.
Where
Oh, what are the rates? Right.
Jeez. So yesterday I quoted a borrower. They were in a little bit higher loan amount. They were putting 20% down. They were looking to purchase a $1.2 million house.
Yeah.
Which in, some of our areas.
Average sale.
Average
sale price.
They were putting $450 down and their interest rate was 5.875 with no points.
What's that monthly?
You don't
So
want
that's
to
a
know.
$700,000.
No, 1
1.2 and they were putting 450 down. So,
Okay.
and 5.875 with no points. Like I actually got out of the system and went back in to make sure that I didn't put something in there wrong or that it wasn't, because I was shocked to see 5.875. FHA, which is like
That's it, folks. There's your interest rate.
5.87.
Yeah, so it's 750 was their
5.875.
note, right? Do I have that number wrong?
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was I
The
just want to know what the monthly
5.875.
payment was.
Oh,
Well,
my
the
God.
taxes on that property, taxes and homeowners insurance on that property was like $1,100, and they needed flood. It was down the Cape, so when it was like $2,000. I'm sorry, it was $10,000 a year for flood, so it was $830. Yeah, gulp.
How much are you for flood?
10. Ouch. They didn't end up winning the offer, unfortunately. But that payment with the like $2,000 in escrows was
Yep.
about $7,400, I think is the
oh,
number.
my heart.
I know, but you know what? It was like 2 houses away from the ocean. So, FHA.
You know what? It's just a lot to us
Whatever.
because we
Right.
bought houses so long ago. But
Right.
when we bought houses, I mean, when I bought my house, people were saying the same thing to me.
Right.
And it's doubled in
It is
more
all
in value.
relative,
tripled,
right.
tripled.
Yeah.
Right. I was
Tripled,
just I
quadrupled.
just looked up. I had sold my friends a house. They paid $475. It was probably about 10 years ago. I just looked up the value and it's over $1 million.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I texted her. She's like, "Whoa, no way."
I talk to people all the time and they're going like, I'm going to wait until rates get back down to the 3s.
Stupid.
Listen, I want to be 5'2". For those of you who can't see me, I'm a whopping 5 feet. Which
Jesse, are you sure? I
No,
would like
really.
to take.
I made 60 inches. I swear to God.
I don't.
And it's like not even when I have big hair. But
I'll be bringing in a measuring
we're
tape.
How
never
tall are
going to
you,
get to
Steph?
3.
What?
No, we won't get to 3 again. How tall are you?
Me?
Yeah.
5'3".
Meredith, please don't tell us. I'm going to
Meredith's
cry.
like 6 foot.
Right? When we have these conversations, Steph will be like, why doesn't this look this way or that way? And I'm like, I am 6 inches taller than you. 6 inches.
And then when Meredith wears heels and I'm in a flat.
yeah. I look like an Amazon.
So we had a manager at Caldwell Banker who was like 6'4", and he used to call me Mortgage. I never wear flats, and I came to the office one
It's
day.
a cute
and
nickname.
Yeah, Mortgage. He used to call me. And I came to the office with flats on one day, and he was like, Mortgage, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm not wearing heels, Roy. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, that was Roy?
It was Roy. He like looked down at me. He was like, are you all right, man? Mortgage, what's going on? I'm like,
Oh my God.
God, man, can a girl wear flat shoes one day?
What the hell?
Yeah, you can't reach the top shelf in the cabinets.
I can't reach a lot of stuff, Meredith.
That would be annoying to me.
I got in trouble the other day because I was climbing in the grocery store on the dairy. I was
Yeah,
climbing on
yeah.
the shelf.
Did you say dairy?
I did, to get the creamer off the top
Yeah.
shelf. There was nobody there. I had waited like
Yeah.
3 minutes. I couldn't find anybody in the store. So finally I climbed up, and then the woman came out of the back, and
you
she's like,
can't do that.
I could have got that for you. And I was like, well, I've been
Where were you?
waiting.
No,
3
you
minutes.
yeah, but you have to yell inside the milk. Hello.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know what I'm
sorry.
going to get you. What my father has. The grasper.
The thing.
Yes. He has
Thanks.
several graspers all over his room.
Now I know what I'm getting for my 50th birthday. Thanks,
you know it,
Steph.
girl.
Appreciate
You know,
that.
Jesse, this is important because people always are so nervous. They're like, I don't want to get a pre-approval right now because I'm afraid what's going to happen to my credit score. Jesse, can you please set the record straight?
That's a myth, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a myth.
And credit score is just a horrible predictor
It's
of someone's
so
ability to be able to pay. I hate credit
I
scores.
know, but
It's so dumb.
unfortunately, Jesse needs to look at this credit score.
And
And people
people-
get nervous that their
they
credit
get
score is going to
nervous.
plummet.
Yes, and they freak out. And so I think I've said this before, but when the last time I don't remember what it was, a while ago, I was buying something, I think a car or something. And so I was like, oh, I better check my credit, right? You probably said check your credit. I had $90,000 of open lines of credit. $90,000 that I wasn't using. They were old credit cards that I had never closed out. I went to Jordan's, got furniture. Those never got closed out. $90,000.
I don't think you can close them out, right? That ruins your credit.
There you go. So I think you said the important word, afraid.
Yeah.
People will be like, oh, I want to buy a house. Oh, I want to buy a house. They're almost afraid to find out if they can buy the house. I think they use I don't want someone to pull my credit as an excuse to not find out what they can really qualify for. When most people now, we do a soft pull. And all that means is that we're looking at your credit report and looking at your score. We're not doing a inquiry. What that means is you're not applying for a credit.
Yeah.
You're not applying
right.
for a mortgage. There's a difference between a soft and a hard.
You're just taking a peek.
Soft is looking, hard pull is I made an application with somebody.
We do that with septic systems.
There you go. You probably
Yeah.
do it with
They take a peek and don't put it on the record.
Right. Can you not put that on the record? We'll get back to you.
You guys do it when people are trying to rentals, right? Don't you do a soft pull when somebody's renting an apartment?
I think
or
so.
guess
We
what?
don't do
Okay,
Justice.
someone on your team does.
Justice.
Alexa.
And when you get a cell phone or when you get a electric bill, or there's a million times that
Yeah.
people do a soft pull.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
I need a new credit card.
You need a new credit card?
Yep. So I'm going to close out. I have Southwest. I'm
don't
gonna
close
out.
it out.
Thank you,
Have you
Steph.
learned nothing?
But then I'm going to have 3 cards. I don't
No
want
one
to.
cares.
Jesse?
No one cares.
No one cares. You're going to
really?
ruin your credit score if you close
Don't.
it out. They're going to say something is wrong, and it's going to plummet.
Well, and if you've had it for a long time, you now shortened the length of your longest trade line, and that actually helps.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just
Just
Stop
open
using-
line of
don't
credit. Who
use it.
cares?
Yep.
Oh.
There's so much to. You guys really need to
Look at
call
that.
Jesse before. I know.
I just learned that. I was going to
Yes.
close it out.
Don't close
But I don't really
anything.
care about my credit score, do I?
Yes, you do, Meredith.
Well, if you want it to be higher than Stephanie's, you do.
And I don't think it is.
I tried to look it up because
Well-
that's why I looked to see if it was.
Well, you know,
These are the things we're competitive.
Jesse. The
I
other
know.
we're very competitive with Jesse. The other thing is, we want people to know that if you go to Jesse Correa Paquette at Guaranteed Rate Affinity for your loan, and you're working with Meredith or I, or whoever you're working with, whatever realtor, we have no idea what your financial situation is. None of that is shared with us. We
No.
don't know what you make. We
Frankly,
don't know.
I don't want to know.
Well, I don't want to know either. All we want to know is if you can get a pre-approval.
Yeah.
So none of that information is shared with us. And I think that's kind of important because people are like, we don't know. Jesse does not share that with us.
But do you guys know that in my time when I got licensed, they actually trained us how to qualify someone.
I remember that. So
wow, you are old.
Yes, it has evolved so much. My mom's generation, they would do so for those who are listening, my mother's a broker, and hers, they would qualify buyers.
well, that
With
was
little calculators.
the reason for that is your mom didn't want to waste her
Insane.
time
Yes.
back in the day, it took a long time to get a pre-approval, right? Now I'm doing it in like 24 hours. What's making it the longest is for you to give me your documentation, for me to
Right.
say, hey, okay, all of this information is accurate, and now I can tell you whether you have a pre-approval
Yeah.
or not. We go online, you do the application, I get your paperwork, I spend an hour figuring out what's your
Yep.
best program. That's the part that takes time. When
Oh,
your mom started,
yes.
right, a loan officer had to collect the paperwork, make copies, send it into an underwriter. An underwriter
Oh,
would take
Yes, and she would
a
sit with them
month.
with a calculator.
Yes, and you sat there.
When I got licensed, that was still being done, but I took Stephanie's approach. I'm like, I'm not qualifying people. We had Jim Hanowich. Did you know Jim?
Oh, I know, Jim.
Yep. So we had Jim Hanowich was in our office, and I was like, all right, Jim, you can talk. to
That is
everybody."
insane.
It is.
What I tell these ladies is what type of mortgage program, because they need to know that. how much you're eligible to spend, meaning what they should be showing you houses for, and what the down payment is. The reason they need to know the down payment is that's how they write up the offer. I tell them, hey, we can close in 3 weeks. We can close in 30 days. We need 45 days. That's what we share. I tell them what type of property you're qualified for, right? Hey, are they buying a multifamily, buying a condo? That's what we're here for. We're not here to dig into your, where's your money coming from, how much money you make. Maybe on occasion I might be like, look, we got to wait 1 more month because I need him to be at work for 2 years. That's not me sharing. That's me saying, look, this is what the plan is. They don't care.
Jesse, can a person come to you with a suitcase of cash?
No. And please don't come to me with the suitcase and cash because I don't want to know where it came from.
Well, what if you wanted to buy a house with cash? Can you, Paquette, eliminate that with a suitcase? Can you just buy a house without a loan?
Yeah, but why would you do that? Put your cash somewhere else. When interest rates are,
Good point.
5.875, put your cash in a bank. When they're done with the SARS report, that's what it's called.
SARS?
Yeah, SARS.
Isn't that a SOAR?
Well,
No,
it's
SAR.
We talked to an attorney about that, and he had a client whose father would hand her cash, and she put it in a safe.
Really?
And she came to the closing with the cash.
Yeah, I guess that would be up to the attorney whether he could take it or not.
He won't ever do it again.
Yeah, so green paper money, as far as me, the lender, is concerned, I don't ever want to see it. It's if I can't trace where the money came from, it's a real problem. And people will look at me and be like, well, why is it a problem? And I will look at them with a dead straight face and I'll say to them, well, how do I know that you didn't sell drugs on the street corner and now you're trying to use it to buy a house?
Well, what does that matter?
Because it's illegal.
Meredith, being a drug dealer is illegal.
Correct.
So that's why they want to know where the money came from.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, really, all joking aside. And, I'll usually laugh after a second.
Remember how
and
the
they'll laugh with
mortgage
me.
industry went bust?
Well,
Yeah.
what if I just said to you, I've saved it?
So if you saved it, you put it in the bank for 60 days and then we wait. And the reason that it has to go in the bank is
So a drug dealer can buy money.
as long as it's sat in the bank for 60 days, because that's what I was
Fine.
going to say.
But wouldn't the
Just-
bank flag it?
Yeah.
Well, that's
you
where
can
I was
only
going
put
with
it.
it. If the bank flags it, then it's gone through the right
You have to learn
process.
to launder the money.
I think
Well,
right.
that's
only
not what I was trying to. Here we go. We're going downhill really, really
You can
bad
only
here.
put
I
$9,000 in.
think about it
No,
all the time.
we're done. I'm going to jail, everybody.
Launder money.
No.
I would get a
Absolutely not.
laundromat. Cash
Done,
business.
done.
Cash
Okay.
business.
So we're changing the subject now,
The
ladies and
pizza
gentlemen.
places around here are all cash only. too.
Laundromats,
Yeah.
pizza places.
Yeah.
All right.
Jesse, I forgot my train of thought.
Yeah. So, my husband was a correctional officer for 35
Yes.
years, ladies and gentlemen. I do
Babe.
nothing
Babe.
illegal. Yes, babe.
No, Jesse is by the books. And Jesse, how long have you been doing this job?
Oh, my goodness. I was looking at it. It's going to be 25 years.
For 25
I
years. Jesse
started when I
Correa
was
Paquette
12.
has been.
Are you 25 this year? I'm 25 this year.
I am 25 this year.
You know what? I decided I'm
What?
going to tell Joe. I don't really
Joe
celebrate my
Papagna?
birthdays or anything like that, but I'm going to go out to lunch for my 25th anniversary with the company.
No, you will get a piece of paper that says congratulations.
They don't give those to me anymore.
Oh, you don't even get paper?
No, I used to get a
Oh.
handwritten note that said happy anniversary. And just recently I was like, you know what? I want to go to lunch this year.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
We will celebrate your 25 years in real estate.
Yeah, I think I want to do that.
This past October was 10 years with Caldwell Banker.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Good job, Jesse.
Nice
Yep.
work.
And we remember when you started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to sit around a round table, and Jesse said, I will call you every step of the way,
Yeah,
every
you-
second.
You
and
gave
we-
us like a raffle
said-
ticket if you
we said,
if we put your
whoa,
contact information.
They were like, please don't ever call me.
Remember, we're like, no. Please don't call me. Do not call me during the transaction. No offense, Jesse. I do not want to hear from you because I know you're going to get it done. Only
Yes.
call me if there's a problem.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
You know, the other thing I want to bring up is
Hold
that
on one second. If there's
Oh.
other agents out there who want to get called,
Yeah.
I still do that for those who like to be.
Jesse will call. She makes notes. Stephanie Meredith, do not call.
Yeah. But that's part for everybody, right? Every new client, every new
Some-
person that we work with, you have to figure out how do they like to
Right. How do they
communicate.
Because some
There's-
people are so hands-on and they need to control
Yes.
every aspect of
Yeah.
the deal.
Yeah.
There are lots of agents. Some agents want like a weekly update. Some agents just want, the big highlight: commitment was issued, appraisals done, titles in, submitting for a clear to close. I think that's great because it's 4 big touches and we move on. Everybody's happy. Some people want a daily.
I worked with Rick Harrington recently, and he was like, he called me one day, and I'm like, oh, if Rick calls, like I know.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, I am trying to service the hell out of this loan, but our borrower is not cooperating. I'm like, what do you mean? He has not returned any bit of paperwork
Listen, people.
in months.
Seriously?
What is that lately? I've kind of had a string of. We've all of us in the mortgage industry. There's probably 3 or 4 of us who have said, when did getting the mortgage be the least important part? I had 2 or 3 customers I was calling daily saying, my processor's name is also Jessica. I go by Jessie. She's Jessica. Jessica's been emailing you. Could you please send her the paperwork?
Yeah.
Hi,
I'm not
following
surprised.
up.
But those agents need to follow up, and right. So one of the first things
Yeah.
I say after I meet with my first-time buyers,
Yeah.
when the loan officer needs something, you better get that in as soon as you possibly can,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and don't delay. Jesse, how fast are you closing a loan right now? If everything's going well,
I mean, we're getting clear to close between 14 and 18 days.
Holy
calendar
shit.
From
days.
PNS. From PNS.
I don't wait for the PNS. If you give me a signed offer, I'm running to the border with that.
oh,
Yeah.
That's quick.
Yeah.
You know what? Can we go back to that
Yeah.
conversation? Like, why are people? And I think it goes back to the conversation that we just had about emails. I think that we are all we're bombarded with information, and also, if I needed to go get a loan today, it would be a pain in the absolute neck to go track that information down, because it's not like I don't have a folder with it.
Jesse's raising.
Oh,
her
yeah,
hand
yeah.
For
Go
those
ahead.
of you who
Go ahead.
can't see,
Good. What?
Everything we do is electronic. So I ask for the papers up front.
Yeah.
There's usually, by the time it gets to the processor, it's like, I need you to sign your documents electronically.
Okay.
What are the
Tell me
top-
what documents
yeah,
you need?
what are the docs?
And I'm going to find. You ask Steph if she can access those documents.
Okay,
Well, you guys may not apply, but 2 pay stubs.
no,
How do you get a pay stub?
I'd have to
When
go.
I have no idea.
W-2, most people who are paid with a W-2 have an electronic system like ADP.
What's a
or-
W-2? I don't even know.
I know that, but most people do get a W-2.
Like
It's
they're like
all
weekly paycheck or
It's
something.
most people are paid bi-weekly and they can access. I'm paid.
Can I show you my bank statement, or you need the?
No, we need a W-2.
What would you do?
I would go on the desk.
Okay, so they have a similar thing called the desk.
You would cry at that point. We would.
Yes.
Okay,
But
we
if
failed
you're-
the first one.
I understand, but if you're a regular W-2 employee, you know how to look at your paycheck
Okay.
because
Okay.
you want to see what you get paid every week or every other week. So
And
you would
so
know how to do
Okay.
that.
theoretically, this pay stub is emailed to me.
Some places will email it to them, or some places just know you go and you log in, and that's where your paycheck
Okay,
is.
so
right,
first
so-
part of that is the person needs their username and password. We all forget our passwords. So now we got to go find the password, or I have to search through emails. And we all know on your phone, it only goes back like 3 weeks to a month. So we talked about 200 emails a day. You can't always access them. So now I got to go back and sit down at my laptop and see if I can figure out.
Most people do it on their phone.
Okay. Yeah.
So 2 pay stubs.
Yep.
2 W-2s, which is going to be in that same system that
We
they
failed
get
both
the-
of these.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
next
2
one.
months of bank statements.
I don't even know. How do I get last year's W-2?
It's usually in that same system that their pay stub is in.
What was the third thing?
Bank
2
statement.
months of bank statements.
Oh, that I can do.
I have to pain in the neck too.
I have to
though.
go to
I have to
Eastern
do it for my
Bank.
bookkeeper.
I have to. It looks like we're not buying a house
But you
anytime
guys are
soon.
self-employed, right? So
Yeah.
you're not falling into the most common way that people are paid.
We
How
get
do-
paid. By the way,
We get paid right.
And when it happened, I
wait.
had a closing this
Right,
month or
right.
this week. Wait a second. I've seen your numbers. You guys get a closing like every 4th day or something. So I don't know.
sometimes in the height of it, but
Sometimes
then other
there's a
times you go
drought.
months, and you're like,
Sometimes
oh boy.
we're suicidal.
I'm like,
Yeah.
spending moratorium.
So you
Kids
know,
want food. No.
Their
Kids, we
moratorium
can't
is
afford
about
food right now. Mama
10
hasn't sold
to
a house.
12 days before they have their next closing. Don't let them fool you.
Well,
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so then next, so
all the
I
time.
think this is why. I think that it, look, I asked recently if we
Jessie's
could go back
shaking
to
her head
green and
no.
blue folders. Green and blue folders, please.
UK Kelly Pope and Kelly Pope, we love you. When they said at the office, we're going electronic, Kelly Pope screamed out, "No!" We love Kelly.
The green, but I feel
We
like
had
it
green and
hasn't
blue
even gotten any
folders.
better.
Green folders were if you had a listing,
Yeah.
and blue folders were if you had a buyer.
Yeah.
So you had to print out all your paperwork,
Yep.
all your emails, everything,
Yep.
and put those in their folders. In fact, I think Gizzy still uses the
And
green
if you
blue
worked with
folders.
Sharon, you had to include her checkoff list, and it had to be checked off. Mm-hmm.
Now,
Paperwork, so you know, Stephanie's two weaknesses are paperwork
yes.
Yeah.
and math.
Yes.
If you want to know Stephanie's, probably her best, highest, most successful way of getting business, it's called social media. Stephanie is a goddess when
Yeah.
it comes
Or
to...
having a martini at the local bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Bakdak Kwan.
Yeah.
Well,
All
Steph,
right.
Steph's EQ is off the charts.
Yeah. I have a
Yeah.
good-
We
I have
talked
to-
about this recently,
Yeah.
actually, where I said to her, you know, I in school, my teachers would say to my parents,
Well-
I put her next to the wall, and she still found somebody to talk to. It's my nature. I don't have a problem walking to a room of people. I'll make friends anywhere.
It's true.
But from what I heard, you are the paperwork goddess as well, which is probably why the two of you work so well together.
Meredith loves a contract and paperwork.
I was just going to
Meredith,
say,
honestly,
But
David
you know
Chris
what?
said that
I'm
you
not
were-
good at processing it. I don't like that because I recognize it as, for me, I'm losing time.
Okay,
In,
fair enough.
in,
Me too.
In where I'm making my money and servicing my clients. But we don't, that's yet another thing that we don't teach and that we frown upon, right? Is socialization, where that's how I make my money. Well, now with social media you can, but it's not the same of meeting
Well,
people.
so Alexa Weinstein and I had a listing appointment. It was an attorney's like, hey, you've got to help me out with this. The poor people, there was nothing in their house. We didn't have to do any decluttering because they sold everything because I'm pretty sure they were drug addicts. So there was not one accessory, nothing in the house. So Alexa is friends with everyone. So we go in and we're taking pictures. She goes, guys, when we're done with this, we're all going out for a steak dinner. I'm like, Alexa. And so sure enough, it was getting close to the closing and they're like, hey, when are we going out for that steak dinner?
There's the four of you out for dinner.
No, it didn't happen.
Okay. You could have taken Juan
Hey,
with you.
Jesse. Who?
Juan.
Oh, yeah, Jean. Jesse, so now recently Jesse spent hours upon hours upon hours upon hours with two of my clients because they both had houses to sell but wanted to buy another house.
Oh,
now,
this was your special loan product.
Yes, now neither one of the sellers that the house they were buying would take a home sale contingency.
Right.
So I called Jessie at 3 a.m. She was on the phone at 4 a.m. for several hours with both of my clients. The loan products that she came up with, absolutely incredible. I didn't even know anything about them.
All right, so let's just back up. Please don't call me at 3 a.m. In
Oh,
fact,
sorry.
I got a text at 4:16 a.m. this morning, and my husband, I didn't realize the phone wasn't muted, and he was like, with the death look of who the bleep is texting you at 4:16 a.m.
Babe was livid because Babe just retired.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 1 year already. Can you believe
Babe,
that craziness?
What? How has Babe? Is he still not eating bread?
The doctor told him to gain weight, so we're back on the bread. Okay, great.
He lost all that weight from not eating bread.
My husband lost
What a-
105 pounds from quitting Gatorade and 6 pieces of bread with every meal.
Wow.
I'm so jealous.
That
so
is
that's
inc-
nutso.
Is that unbelievable?
Yeah.
Men's metabolism.
That is insane. So now Babe has to gain weight.
Now Babe has to gain weight.
He's so
Exactly.
excited. Is he excited to eat bread again?
Yes, but it can't be at breakfast. It's all the other meals. No starchy carbs at breakfast. Who knew? So
What?
he has to have Greek yogurt and fruit or something or other. I'm like, everything that we're eating, trying to lose weight, the doctor's telling him, eat this to gain weight. I'm
What
like,
the heck?
something's wrong here. Anywho, Steph, so you're really great. This program is really great. It just doesn't, people have to want to do it, okay? So we look at, do they have enough equity in their house? And we'll pull an equity line and use it to buy the next one. Can we split it up? Meaning, can we grab a little bit of money that they have for a down payment and maybe split up when they buy the new property with 2 loans so that they can pay it off? We try a lot of creative things. And if it doesn't work, my company has this really awesome program. It's called Cash Ready. but it's a little expensive. And sometimes people will say, yeah, I really want to buy this house. And then when they find out it's kind of expensive to do it, they decide they really don't want it. But I think that if you have fantastic realtors like Stephanie and Meredith listing your house, that it's a no-brainer to not miss out on the house of your dreams. What it does is it will buy the new house on your behalf. Basically, they reserve it for you, which will give time for the realtors to then sell your current home. There's a fee associated when your new house is purchased for you, and then there's a daily cost for the carrying cost. It's insurance and the interest, because this company, it's called Cash Ready, has gone out and bought this house for you in cash. It's kind of expensive, especially most of the time they're $8-9 million houses. So that's a great option for people who found the I have to have it house. I've done it twice, and both times the people, when it was all said and done, said, I'm so glad that I spent the money and that I didn't lose out on my house. One time, the overlap was about 3 weeks. The other time, it was 6 days. So, either way, it's just what you're willing to risk and what you're willing to spend to get the new house. The 6-day people, they were like, I don't know. I feel like I'm overbidding. I feel like I have to, I don't know if I'm going to spend too much money on this house. Well, because they did the cash offer, because that's what it ends up happening, they spent about $20,000 less than the highest offer, because the highest offer had financing attached to it. And they spent $20,000 less. Well, that $20,000 is about what the new program cost them.
Boom.
So when it's all said and done, it was a wash, and they got the house of their dreams and said, I'm so happy I took this risk. I got it.
The point is, people, there are so many options that you don't even know about.
Yeah.
So don't be scared.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Right?
Who's afraid, though, to buy?
People are afraid. No, Jesse
First-time
said
home
people
buyers?
are afraid.
First-time home buyers. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people. So people have a mortgage at 2.5% or 3%, and
They're
they're like, I can't give up this loan to go buy the next house.
Meredith Keach.
Yeah, they're in their head over their interest rate.
Oh, 2.5%.
Yeah.
Meredith's at 2.5%.
Nice. I'm at 3.25% on a renovation loan. I took a renovation loan at 3.25%.
Wow.
A renovation loan. Now, what's the process for a renovation loan?
So
you bought a house.
that wasn't even a house,
You
right?
bought
it was a school.
Jesse bought a school
Yeah,
and rehabbed it and is now living in the school.
in the school. So we bought a.
What kind of school was it?
It was a 2-room schoolhouse. Boys were on the left, girls were on the right.
That sounds like a Hasidic
adorable.
temple.
It was built in 1924.
Wow.
It still says Mechanicsville School on the
That's
top of the
awesome.
building. Yeah, it's
What
pretty
grade?
cool. Well, back then,
everybody
went,
right.
Ironically, it was a trade school. And I am literally the only person in my family that didn't go to a trade school. They taught the
Jessie.
girls sewing. They taught the boys
Wow.
like general carpentry, which is exactly what everybody in my family went for, including my husband, my father, my brother, my cousins, like everybody. My mother, my husband's mother. I'm the
My
only
cousin Vinny, my cousin Stephen, my cousin Polly.
No, we're Portuguese and Lebanese. You've
Oh,
got to come
right.
up with different names.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm the only person who went to a traditional high school, and huge windows, the whole shebang. But we needed to make it not. It was being used as a place where they made window trims and moldings.
Wait,
and
can we just go back a little bit? You and Babe walked into this school and you fell in love.
No, Babe found it on the internet when I was done yelling at him about stop finding things for me to buy. There was a little bit of swearing going on with all of that conversation. He was like, but you always said you wanted to live in a municipal building, a church, a bank, a school, a house. And I was like, all right, here we go. It's got like 11-foot ceilings and tin and huge, because it was on each side. The left side of the main room has windows that are 9.5 feet tall by 15 feet wide.
Did you have to replace those?
We had to replace all the windows because they were 1924 and you could feel the breeze when you walked by.
Can you tell us how much the windows were?
I got a really, really good deal because I had a cousin who worked for Pella, and the windows were like, without the install, like $35,000.
Wow.
There's 32 windows in this place.
That's a really good price.
Yeah.
I know. That was also pre-COVID.
Oh, no wonder.
Yeah. That's probably
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Double
double
now.
that now.
Yeah.
So anyway, we bought the building in its current condition, and then we were able to take an additional amount of money at the same time to pay the contractor to renovate it from a commercial property, that's what it was, into a residential property. We put a in-law in the downstairs
Brilliant.
for my mother-in-law to live in, and then we have the upstairs for us and my mother. Yes, you heard that correct. Both mothers live with us. This is why I started drinking, ladies and gentlemen.
How do you guys cohabitate? How is it set up?
Well, so we all have our own area, which is really nice. My mother, Ted, and I share the kitchen, which for those of you who know me, my cooking skills are extremely limited.
So this is perfect.
This is perfect.
Your mom cooks though?
My mother cooks big time. She does a lot on the weekend, kind of for the whole week.
Yep.
And Ted and I have
Delicious.
breakfast.
Okay,
That's about
right.
all we
Yeah.
have, you know. That's about all we can handle.
Yeah. And your mother-in-law lives on the other side.
My mother-in-law has her own entire, you know.
Okay.
Do the mothers get along?
Yes, they do.
Are they around the same age?
My mother-in-law is 10 years older than my mother, and she can't
Oh,
drive
yeah.
anymore.
Oh,
her eyesight
yeah.
is bad. So they like go out shopping every weekend. They
yeah.
go to the
That is
grocery
so
store.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They share each other's recipes because my mother-in-law is Portuguese and my mother is Lebanese. So they're sharing each other, you know, they're like sharing soups now and like, oh,
What
did
are
you
their
make
names,
this?
Jesse?
My mother-in-law is Rose, which is actually my mother's grandmother's name,
Oh,
and
wow.
my mother is Liz.
Rose and Liz.
Rose and Liz.
This
Yes,
is
exactly.
fabulous.
And what are
Yes.
their ages?
Am I supposed to say that on the radio?
Well, Meredith, how much do you weigh?
We don't know these ladies.
So my mother will be 70 this year, and my
Young.
mother-in-law
Oh, she's young.
just turned 80.
Young.
wow.
Everybody's
Yeah,
young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
I
are.
anticipated that they would be older. Wow.
Well, I'm super young. It's just Ted that's old.
Right, yeah.
How old
because
is
you're
Babe?
not 50 yet,
No, I'll be 50 this year.
right?
Oh, what?
Yeah. So
When's
your
your
mom,
birthday?
Your mom was young when
Was she a
had
Yeah,
teen
yeah.
mom?
No, well, kind of. I turn
Wow.
50 in May, and my mother will be 70 in September. So pretty close.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
19.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Married, 2 kids. You know, that's what you did
Wow.
back then.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah, I guess.
You know.
Meredith and I were just having this conversation.
Yeah, that's what you
yesterday
did back
about
then.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anywho, okay. So Rose and
Liz.
Liz.
Yeah.
Cute, Jesse.
It's
So-
funny because when we moved there,
I
I
would-
have a little puppy. Her name
Yeah.
is Carmela. She's a
I
long
thought you
hair-
gave it to your mother.
Well, no, my dog
Even though she lives with
adopted
you.
my mother-in-law. It's like it's hysterical.
Carmela didn't really care for Jesse.
Yeah, it's like I'm like, hello,
Jesse
I'm
wasn't her cup of
home.
tea.
You know, come see me
And
now.
she doesn't come see you?
It depends.
Eh.
Oh,
But
my
it's
dog
like-
does that now too. She makes decisions, and I'm
Yeah.
like, who gave you the ability to make decisions?
She'll like bark at Rose, and she'll be like, Rose will be like, no, I just took you out. You didn't do anything. And then like a minute later, you'll be like, okay, come on, let's go outside. It's like hysterical. The dog has totally adopted my mother-in-law. It's really cute. She knit a sweater for her. That was last month. I came home on Monday. There was a new sweater there, a different color. I'm like, this is
Now
hysterical.
Jesse used to bring Carmela to the office until Carmela didn't choose Jesse anymore, and now they've broken up.
Actually, the ride is too long from Connecticut. The ride,
Oh.
she gets sick in the car, I think.
Oh.
Sure, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Fine. Jesse, I wish I could take out, and I know it's the same thing. But I don't want to use my equity to redo my house. I want to take out a renovation loan. Can I switch my loan?
You can, but depending,
can?
you can. Depending on if you have the equity, use your equity line, okay?
I don't want to.
Okay.
I like seeing my equity sitting there.
That's weird. Why don't you want to?
I don't know.
Why would you want a renovation loan?
Yeah, and you're gonna have to
I don't know.
subordinate your equity anyway. So listen, if you have equity, use your
Put it below.
yes, exactly.
What do you mean?
So you have a first and a second mortgage. That's what an equity line means.
Right.
When you pay off your first mortgage, the second mortgage automatically becomes your first mortgage. So if you take a new renovation loan, you have to go to the second mortgage company and say, "Hey, will you stay in second place, please, while I go in front of you again?" Because
I do hate having that debt, though.
why, if you're not using it, that's
No,
the
I'm
best
just saying
debt to
because
have.
now that we did a renovation and using the equity. and I hate having it. I'm gonna get that paid off.
There you go.
I just had to chime in.
Or we could roll it together. I just did one for somebody. I'm doing a refinance for somebody who had a really low equity line, but their first mortgage was higher. And when we did out the math, I'm going to save them $330 a month.
What?
Well, with
I
the
don't
electric bills
understand any of
going
that.
up so
Yeah.
much, that's a lot of money to
Yeah.
save. Let's do
Yeah.
it. Don't get stuck. The moral of the story, don't get stuck.
I don't
on
even
the- on the
understand
number.
that. That goes above my brain.
I
Doesn't
know.
matter. Just do your damn run out. You've been talking about it forever.
Meredith,
Yeah,
I've
let's
only
do
been
it.
talking about it for 8 or 9 years.
I know. And mine is done, and I've lived in it for over a year.
Whatever. Don't be a braggadocio.
It is
Is
so
that the
great
word?
to come home to
A
your
braggart.
renovated
You
house.
did the
Oh.
kitchen, right?
We did the whole first
it
floor.
is.
We did
Oh
a
my
lot of work.
God!
Yeah.
It is like a model house.
Yeah.
It is stunning.
It was so worth it.
I
I
know.
mean, it really. Oh God,
And if you sold your house to go buy that,
it'd be worth more.
yeah, she.
no,
she,
but I'm saying like
right.
before, if you went and sold your house the way it is
Yeah.
and bought it, you
Yeah.
couldn't.
Oh.
You're
I
still
couldn't
way
have sold it with my kitchen.
Exactly.
I literally
Exactly.
couldn't. But I will say, and you will attest to this, the hardest part of a renovation is finding a contractor.
Oh my God.
I had to wait years for my cousin, literally years. It is, if anybody listening, go become a
Lisa-
carpenter. You'll have
Lisa
work hand over
Mazzaroli.
fist.
Are you listening to this,
Oh my
Lisa
God.
Mazzaroli?
If
Why,
you're
does she
worried
wanna
about your
renovate?
kids having a good
She
life,
wanted to put on an audition, and I gave her a name, and she's canning him because he's taking too long.
It's
I said, well, same thing happened to Meredith.
It's so
Yeah.
I had one drag me out for 8 months, just 8 months. And
This is exactly what Lisa's going through.
It's so and you're like, just tell me if you don't want the work. I'm okay with it, but I'm
Right.
being polite by waiting for you.
electricians, plumbers,
Oh.
carpenters, construction supervisors, man.
Imagine if we did that.
20 more
I
years, they're going to.
Can't imagine.
But we're in sales. We can't do that. But yeah, it's tough. It is tough.
so
out
you know
there.
what I was thinking?
What?
What do you guys think of this? I created this business model where you create the framework. So you do payroll for them, you do invoicing, you do estimates, and you create an environment where your carpenter just has to show up. He shows up,
It's called Angie's List.
does his work, but not really. Angie's List is more recommendations.
Okay,
This
fair
and
enough.
so and I would charge, right? Let's say I'd charge overall, like if the bid is $20,000, I'd add 5% in terms of, and I'll handle the business end of things that the carpenters do not want to deal with. Carpenters, electricians, plumbers, whatever, they don't want to deal with it because they work their 8 hours, let's say,
Right.
or more,
And
and
then
then they have to go
go
home and do
all the
all of
paperwork.
that work.
Yeah.
If someone were to create this so that the
Meredith, do it.
tradespeople just show up and do their amazing work, and then they go home at the end of the day, they still get paid what they got paid before.
Why can't they hire an admin?
Well,
Contractors
I don't
are
know.
great with their hands. They're not great with paperwork.
Yeah, and
And they gotta
admins,
trust
you
the
know, like
admin.
then they have to trust them. They have to, like,
Right.
if you have a business model, this is it. This is I really, if someone were to do this, I think it would be a home run. I really do, because
I'm
then-
thinking of Steve Stein, the wheel guy.
Yeah.
So he's busy like transforming wheels
Yeah.
that are crappy. They look brand new. It is unbelievable what he does.
Yeah.
And, we try to, meet them out for dinner, and he is bogged down with paperwork.
Yeah.
I go, do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But he can't.
Yeah,
Stephanie,
right.
can I ask you a question?
What, my blue eyeshadow?
No, I love the
I do
blue.
love
You know
the
me
blue
too.
too.
I love blue.
Why?
Rocket. Is there anybody you don't know
No. I got a guy.
for everything?
I have
got
to have a guy, right?
Yeah, we got guys.
I
I
know.
actually need Steve to fix my curb.
Well, you hit curbs, and everyone knows it.
I know. This is true. I hit a curb when I hit curbs when I first get the car. I sent him a
It's
picture. I
tradition.
was like, I need the wheel
I've
guy.
had a car similar to that, and it has like a deet, 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 deet when you're getting close.
This one,
You have
Yeah,
a fancy
it was
car.
a-
Why doesn't it deet, 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 deet?
I just did it once. It was,
Okay.
I was driving like a jerk.
Okay.
Yeah, I deserved it.
So Babe, speaking of hitting curbs, Babe has always had these big monster trucks, right?
Babe hits curbs?
Well, no, this one, yes.
Oh.
So he's driving my nice new Volvo, and we're going to go to the bank to use the ATM.
Oh.
Jesse, did you screech?
There was one of those times where I was swearing,
Oh.
and I'm like,
What
what
did he
are
hit?
you doing? He's like, I was trying to find the curb. I'm like, this is not your truck. You can't judge it. But now he's stuck. So if he goes forward, there's more. If he goes
Oh.
backwards, there's more. I'm like,
Gee.
you didn't you were like, hey, we don't need the wheel and tire package. And I was like, I don't know. These are these low profile. Let's
babe.
just get it. Have I ever scraped up my rim and tire?
Never.
No. Would you like to know how many times that we've needed to do it for Babe driving my car?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just say I'm happy that we buy the wheel
I
and tire
do like the little
package.
button that you can press and it shows you a camera of the whole.
Isn't that
like,
so cool?
Yeah, it's pretty.
I don't have that.
Wild.
Well, now the whole office is switching from Mercedes to Audi.
Oh,
I-
really?
I'm actually in
I
the
wish I
market
got-
for
I
a new
like
car.
I got an Audi.
Genesis. I really
Oh,
like
what do you
my
have?
Genesis.
I have a Volvo.
I meant a Volvo. I didn't mean an Audi.
I do love the Audi though. I kind of wish I got an Audi.
The Volvo.
The Volvo has like electronic quirks that
It
drive
does?
me bananas.
Sometimes
yeah.
I like to say it a different
and
way.
it's a, what?
Oh, yeah, I can't say it. It's a family show.
Yeah, it like today it just didn't want to show all the radio stations.
That's a known issue with him.
I know.
A friend of
Really?
ours
Yeah.
got rid of his because of the radio.
I wouldn't get it again because
you
of that. It
schnitzel
drives me
bombing me?
bananas.
That's
It really it drives me
redonkulous.
bananas.
I had the hybrid gas electric, which they only now make in the 90, which that's why I didn't get it the second time. But oh my God, that car was fast.
Yeah, it's quick.
Oh,
It's a
you
quick,
look down
like
and you're
driving.
going
It's
90,
fun.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I can't be
Yeah.
going this fast.
The
And
driving in them is great, and the seats are so comfortable.
Really?
Like they everything except for the electronics are a
It's-
little bit.
I don't
and
know
it's
what
the
I want.
safest, most ergonomic.
Yeah.
Check out the Genesis. I'm telling you, that car. The
I'm not
inside is
driving a Genesis. How dare you?
beautiful. Why is there something wrong with Genesis?
I just don't want a Genesis.
Jess has the Audis. She's always had an Audi.
The other Jess,
yeah,
not
Jess
this
chauffeur.
Jess.
I just came back
Those are
from
gorgeous.
Delray Beach, where every other car was a Bentley.
Oh,
I couldn't have a Bentley. I would bump it.
Oh, neither
And
could
then I
I.
would
First
feel
of all, I don't
bad.
take care of anything. My car is
I would
filthy.
feel so badly. I would bump it. I would.
I would bump it too.
get the tire and wheel back.
yeah, exactly.
I kind of want a G-Wagon beige with gold.
I don't like the looks of them.
No.
They're too boxy
That's-
for
yeah,
me.
you know
that's
what?
not
You
your
guys
style.
don't like anything that
You're
I
so
like.
sweet. You're like,
Yeah.
you drip
Sweet?
with class.
You'd go SUV?
Maybe.
Why?
Maybe.
Just curious.
Because we're thinking about getting a new convertible and an SUV.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to say we're thinking about adopting children, and I was just
Oh.
going to like bust out.
Oh.
Nope,
laughing.
that's not happening.
Okay.
No.
Good.
Nope, 2 is enough. I'm all set. Thanks.
Good. Good
Yeah.
job.
So I don't know. So we're in the car market. So we got to figure it out.
Every person who sells cars is now going to start calling you in the
Yeah.
next.
You know what, people? Back off.
Car buying is.
It's so, and so that's why I don't do it. It's like the home renovation.
Yeah.
So I just don't do
a
anything.
lot of decision making.
Correct. And I can't.
I will say that I think I made about 17,000 decisions renovating this house. And people, like my aunt would come over and she'd be like, honey, what are you going to do about this? Honey, what are you going to do about that? Honey, what are you going to? And I'd be like, Auntie, let me just get through this room.
I'm with you. You know what, Jess?
I-
The decisions, like Steph said to me, you haven't been stressed. I'm like, no, living in it was actually fine. It was having to make the decisions.
And
That's
don't,
hard.
You don't realize that if you're making a decision now, it might affect something
Yes.
that's 17
Yes.
steps
That's
down
why
the
Yes.
you
road.
really need to use a designer
Real-
for like the
If-
major stuff.
If I ever do this again, which I think I'd probably rather
I
jump
like
off
your
a
nails.
bridge, thank you.
Yeah.
I will definitely do a designer because there were a few things that I was like, oh, this would have been perfect, but it's too late now to change it.
Yep.
yeah, I can't do it
And
by
they're
myself.
like the newest trends.
Right.
And
And guess what, guys? They have people and they get discounts.
Yeah.
So they get discounts at their lighting places. They get discounts
Yeah.
at their granite
have
places.
you ever seen a color specialist come in? Like Allison Krajcik comes in
Yes.
with her 2 suitcases filled with color swatches.
But then
She will spend,
Right.
like hours because they wait for certain light to figure out like.
But then she
That's
leaves you with
mind-blowing.
3 choices, which is
Yeah.
still choices.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to tell you a funny story about the certain
All right, well,
light,
hurry up,
Meredith.
'cause we only have
I
5
saw the
minutes.
high five, yeah.
Yeah.
So I pick out the cabinets and they get delivered and Ted and I are like putting them of where they're going to be. And Liz comes and says, honey, I'm really shocked. I mean, they're pretty, but they're green. And I'm like, Ma, take your sunglasses off. They're not green. And she's like, okay, but they look green to me. And I'm like, Mom, the kitchen cabinets, they're definitely not green. They're like this creamy gray color. They almost, this creamy tan color. Sometimes they almost look to be a tan as opposed to a white color. And she's like, I'm looking at them right now. They're green. And I'm like, all right, Ma, whatever. Like, I'm almost getting mad at this point because I'm doing something else. She takes a picture with her phone and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, Ma. Change the filter on your phone. So like the next week we come up and it's a different time of day, we being Ted and I'm looking at him and he's looking at me.
They look green.
I have psychedelic cabinets. They actually go through 3 different colors depending on where the sun hits them throughout the day.
Yes.
You want to talk about the palettes, right?
Yes.
They go from in the morning when it's nice and sunny. They're a beautiful, creamy, sweet, almost like a butter color. Then they go into the tan color. And then when she was there, the sun was setting. And that's when we go into green. And I'm like, well, if you're drinking, don't hang out in my kitchen for the
that's
day.
Where a color special because the color specialist is going to pick the wall that's going to match all 3 of those times of day.
Well, for that, I haven't actually. Is that my phone telling me to take my medication?
I kind of liked that music at the end, telling us it's like at the Oscars when they start putting the music on. We know it's time to go.
It's because of that I haven't picked the wall color. So you
need a color specialist.
You need designers. Please don't do this again by yourself, Jessie. Now you have green cabinets, and on that
the wall.
Jessie, thanks for coming.
Thank you both,
Jessie.
for having
This
me.
was fabulous.
Yeah, this was
It was
really
wonderful.
great.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, my NMLS number is 153852. I'll get in big trouble.
153852. That's 153852.
I hit it diagonally.
Woohoo! And don't forget, if you want to buy a house, if you are confused about what to do with your credit, if you're closing, whatever, I don't know, whatever it is, just call Jessie Correa Paquette.
Thank you.
Guaranteed rate to affinity. Thank you, Jessie.
Thanks, Jessie.
Ciao.